Hey guys, it's Robert Timmons here, and this is episode 3. This is really about creating your hypothesis. Hypothesis is more of, where you think things will go with the action that you're going to take. And I learned a lot in science class back in, late 90s. And, before we did any science experiment, we had to create a hypothesis, what we thought was going to happen. But, I have a mentor that I've learned some really cool stuff from, and named Sam Ovens, and he kind of taught me, to create a hypothesis every time you're going to go out and do something, and, adjust it and learn from it. But today, what I'm going to do, thinking about, 10 years ago when, my art took me on a journey and created such a powerful direction for me, where I learned so many amazing things and created so much skill. But I want to pull that back and say, okay, listen, today my hypothesis is going to be, I'm going to paint the direction of where I want to go. I'm in the business world now, so my direction is really to help people on a greater scale, and create a business to the point that I am able to actually meet the leaders within this industry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint entrepreneurs. I'm going to paint them, and my objective is to get them to, I want to give them the painting, and then I want to pull them on to, my podcast and create a great interview with them. So when you're out there doing something, and you really want to understand, okay, am I doing this right or wrong? Create a hypothesis. Write it down and kind of think, okay, this is my plan. This is the direction I'm going. This is, kind of the steps I'm going to take. What do I think at this moment that all this is going to do for me? What am I going to do? And then, figure it out where you're going, start taking those steps and give it, a bit of time. You want to make sure that you get those steps in and create, give it at least 30 days plus, and start seeing it, how it's developing, where it's going. Do you need to change an angle? Do you need to pull it in from somewhere? And, keep editing it and adjusting it, and really trying to get it focused onto, either you're getting things that you never thought you would, which is just incredible, and it's a good way, and it starts driving you into a direction that you're like, wow, I never even thought about that, but yeah, let's go for it. I think it's kind of cool to be able to, put that out there, create something that you're able to, measure the experiment, pretty much, because it's, life and business and relationships, it's all an experiment. It's all, how do we deal with it? Where do we deal with it? What do we do? What direction do we go? Where do I compromise? Where do I don't? Where do I push? Where do I, pull back? It's such an incredible thing to do in your life and stuff. But, creating that hypothesis can really, get your hand on the steering wheel and, start putting action to whatever you have stepped out, your steps of action, and then just, see if you're right. See if you're right. See if if you need to adjust. That's the cool part. There's no right or wrong on it. It's whatever the market, in this case, if we're talking about business, it's whatever the market wants. So, when those actions that you put out, those products that you put out, those services that you put out, are they going to work? Are people, understanding what you're saying? Are they attaching themselves to it? Are they buying your products and services, or are they just kind of thinking, it's cool, but I wouldn't buy it? That gives you that idea that, things need to be changed. Where does it need to be changed? What implements have you created? So in my case, what I want to do, which I think is going to be quite fun, is I'm going to paint entrepreneurs, and I'm going to, find the influencers that I my Dream 100, as I've learned from Russell Brunson, my Dream 100, and I'm going to create my list of entrepreneurs that I'm going to paint. and I'm going to consistently paint and consistently paint. And as I paint them, then I'm going to start tagging them and I'm going to start messaging them with it. It's like I want to give it to them as a gift. It's my kind of way in to meet these amazing people that are doing such incredible stuff and giving such a valuable service to enhance people and their lives and their businesses. Because I have learned a lot in the last few years to the point that I want to give back on a mass level. And I think the people that I'm learning from and listening to, the audiobooks, the books, everything that I'm reading, I'm finding it such a impressive world that I'm in now. As an artist, I always get emotionally, drawn into things that create passion within me that we all have. As an artist, I've really developed that skill over, my 40 plus years alive, that I really, like they always say, you look at an artist, you can tell what kind of mood he was in. My mood is so powerfully strong towards the people that are giving a service that I'm now wanting to provide a massive service to help in the fitness world. These people that are doing such quality effort and work and videos and I've worked in the industry. I know how tough it is. I know that hours are all over the place. I understand, that business is such a tough one. Not only are you sweating and working out and keeping in shape and keeping healthy, now you're doing it for other people and you're trying to push and pick them up. So you always got to be on your game. You always got to be, doing such incredible things. So I really am aiming to look back and help this industry and push it. And so today my hypothesis is I am going to paint all these entrepreneurs ahead of me that have given me such incredible knowledge and powerful instilled, direction and almost like a reading blueprint. Because the more you listen to, the more you read, you start seeing similarities within all of them, no matter who it is. And you grab onto those similarities and you start implementing them into your own life. And I think that's impressive in itself. But anyways, guys, I will, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Today, I am very happy to have my hypothesis out there recorded so I can look back at it and see how it developed. And hopefully you guys are there. You're watching this manifest into the world that I envision. And now you're coming back here to actually read or listen to this podcast once again. Anyways, guys, you have a great day and we'll talk soon.